Alright guys, Coach Graham, Coach Ethan, just going to run through our workout for today, Wednesday, alright? Just to give you a brief of how we're going to do things, guys. So usually kettlebell, dumbbell if we have them. If you don't, guys, bands, and if you're really struggling, you don't have anything, just get a bag, fill it full of stuff, make life a little more difficult for yourself, okay? We'll show you an alternative for everything that we're going to do. We're going to get into our warm-up. From the warm-up, we're going to get into blocks A and B. They're going to be our strength and resistance. Then we're going to jump into our conditioning in block C, guys. That's where we're going to change up a small bit. Anyone on lean, you're going to do the conditioning. Anyone on build, we have a little AMRAP for you, a little bit more strength work, okay? So with that in mind, we're going to go through our warm-up now. 2 exercises in a warm-up, okay? Y's and T's and squat jumps. So, alright, so going to get Ethan down to demonstrate the Y's and T's. So we're getting down onto the ground, toes into the ground, guys, hands out in front into the Y position, thumbs pointing up. You're going to pulse into that 5 times for me. And then we're going to go into the T position. So hands out at your shoulder, thumbs pointing up, and you're just going to pulse into it, guys, okay? All the way up as far as we can, all the way back down, nice and slow and steady on that one, okay? And from there, we're going to jump into our squat jumps. So for the squat jumps, guys, feet just outside the hips. We use our hands, slightly bend the knee, keep the chest up, nice and deep into it, triple extension onto the toes, nice soft landing, guys, alright? Now, what we're going to do is you're going to do 5 Y's, 5 T's, 10 squat jumps. You're going to set the clock for 3 minutes, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to run through one whole block of that for you, okay? So when you're ready, Ethan, let's go. So again, he's in that Y position, toes are down, thumbs are pointing up. He's going to go for 5 pulses there. Keep looking down, guys, alright? When you have them done, we're going out at shoulder height, fully extend the arms out, guys, and again, his thumbs are pointing up there. Good work. From there, guys, we're straight into our squat jumps, so 10 squat jumps. Again, keep that chest up high, guys, alright? Triple extension onto the toes, nice soft landing. Brilliant stuff, that's it. Chest is up high, he's looking forward, guys, never looking down. Right, so 5 Y's, 5 T's, 10 squat jumps. You're going to set the clock for 3 minutes, and we're going to get through as many rounds as we can, okay? Alright guys, well done. So now we're going to move on to part A, okay? So in part A we've got 2 exercises, guys. We're going to use a bench or a chair or something like that. And if you are struggling for space or don't have anything, we're going to give you a little alternative against that as well, alright? So we've hip thrusts with a hold, single leg hip thrust with a hold, and a kneeling press, guys, okay? So on the hip thrusts, so if we're using a bench, you're going to get onto the bench, guys, alright? So shoulders just onto the bench here. Most important part, guys, is we're tucking the chin onto our chest. Knees are in line with our ankles. So if we're using a bag, guys, just get the bag, put it across your hips, okay? If you have a weight, kettlebell or dumbbell, guys, same thing, alright? We're just going to take that weight, stick it across your hips. Make sure you hold it nicely into position, okay? So from here, we've got one leg extended out, guys, toes pointing up. You're going to come down all the way you can. And hold. So 5 seconds there. So he's going to roll the shoulders down, guys, dropping his hips down as far as he can. And from there, it's up, shoot through, knees in line, and he's squeezing and holding for 5 seconds, okay? One more rep. Up, squeezing and holding for 5 seconds, guys, toes pointing up at all times. Second exercise in here, guys. So we've a kneeling press, okay? So we're going to kneel out for this one. Whatever side we're going to press on, that's the side we're going to kneel on, okay? And again, we'll give you a couple of alternatives for this one. So if we're using our bag, what we're going to do, kneel out in front. With this one, guys, it doesn't really matter what leg we have in front of us because we're going doubles. So you're going to bring the bag from your chest, double extension all the way through, pop the head through at the top, okay? All the way down onto the chest. You're going to drive through again, fully extend those arms, guys, pop the head through at the top. We use a band as well, so if we're using our band, guys, just going to stand onto the band, bring it up towards the inside. So from here, guys, it's knuckles pointed up, elbow tucked in as far as you can, and you're going to drive all the way up, elbow to ear, back down, and again, tuck that elbow in, drive all the way up, elbow to ear, and down. On that band, guys, be nice and careful getting out because it does snap. So dumbbells or kettlebells, guys. Again, so knee and heel are in line here. We're basing off them, elbow tucked in nice and tight. Drive up and towards the back onto the shoulder, okay? Just lightly onto the shoulder there, guys. Again, up towards the back and back onto the shoulder. So for this, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to work for 60 seconds on both exercises. You're going to take a breather and we're going for 4 rounds. So on the single leg hip thrusts, we'll work on one side for the whole 60 seconds if we can. We'll do the kneel and press, we'll rest. Second time around, you're going to change sides, alright? What we're going to do now is we're going to run through one whole block, which is okay. 60 seconds, guys, alright? We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So he's just lightly putting the shoulders on here, guys, and he's letting his hips drop, toes up. So he's not kicking his leg all the way up into the sky here, knees nicely in line. So you're shooting through, squeezing the quads, guys. Loads of tension on the hamstrings and the glutes. The toes pointing up, guys, again. He's just slightly rolling the shoulders down, hips are dropping, and he's pushing through. He's keeping that dumbbell nice and tight onto the hips. That's 30 seconds. Toes pointing up, well done. Make sure, important one here, guys, loads of time under tension. So you're getting those 5 seconds. And back down, excellent, well done. He's rolling the shoulders lightly off. The chin is staying tucked onto his chest. We've got 15 seconds here. Keeping those toes pointing up. Last few seconds, guys, well done. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, kneel and press. We're going to go straight in here, guys. We're going to do nice quick transitions there. So whatever side we're pressing on, guys, that's the side we're going to kneel out on. Knee and heel are in line here. Dumbbell is on the shoulder, elbow tucked in, and we're pressing up and towards the back and back onto the shoulder. All the way through, guys, up and towards the back and back on the shoulder. So he's fully extending the arm all the way up, and he's bringing his elbow to his ear as opposed to ear to elbow. All the way through. We're pushing towards the back. Again, chest is up nice and high here. He's looking forward, he's not looking down. He's basing off the heel. Brilliant stuff, well done. We've 20 seconds left on this one, guys. That's it, well done. Last 10 seconds. Up and towards the back. Again, we're going to work all the way for the 60 seconds here, guys. Last few seconds. And time. Alright, guys, that'll do it. So now you're going to rest for 40 seconds, 45 seconds, and you're going to get on and do round number 2. So we've got 4 rounds to do, guys. Make sure you're changing sides for the hip thrusts, and we'll get both sides done twice then, okay? Alright, guys, good work. So now we're going to move on to block B, okay? A little bit different this time. So what we have is 3 exercises this time. So we've got 2 strength movements and we've got 1 core movement. So we've got split squats with a hold, croc row, and crunches, guys, okay? So we'll start off with the split squats. We're going to get into position. So for this one, guys, if you only have a bag, all you're going to do is put that bag on your back. Make sure you tighten them straps in nice and tight. From there, we're going to split stance, guys. Make sure we're not cutting across yourself. You're stepping back. You're keeping that dumbbell or kettlebell right in nice and tight. Elbows tucked in. Again, Ethan's looking forward. He's not looking down. He's going to push out off that lead leg. Popping the knee over the toes. We're dropping. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. Dropping that back leg, guys. And he's back into position. And he's not locking out that leg, guys. Alright? Down into position. A couple of inches off the ground. We're holding again for 5 seconds. And we're coming back through. Second exercise, guys, we have a croc row. So, with the band. So we're stepping onto the band, and we're just going to use, so what we're going to do here, guys, is just slightly bend the knee, push the hips back. We've got a nice straight back there. Shoulders are parallel to the ground, and we're looking down. So pick your point on the ground, keep your eyes on them, and that stops you rocking all over the place, guys. If you're losing your eye line, you're probably going to be throwing your shoulders all over the place. So from there, guys, we're going to pull up as if you're pulling into the hips, squeeze, back down. Keep that bit of tension on, guys, alright? If that's a little bit too easy with the band, guys, all you've got to do is grab that band a little bit further down, okay? When we're using our bag, same thing. Into position, we're pulling the elbow towards the hip, guys, keeping it in nice and tight. Squeeze and hold, okay? Back down. Excellent. On the dumbbells, same thing, guys. So close stance, he's slightly bent the knee, push the hips back, nice straight back, he's looking down, he's pulling up and towards his hip, and he's squeezing the shoulder blade. Okay, guys, third exercises. we're going to do some crunches. So we're getting down into position. We're getting them heels in nice and tight. First thing we're going to do is tuck the chin onto the chest, so we're lifting the shoulders slightly off. 2 hands onto your hips, and you're going to stay in this position, okay? So keep the chin tucked in, keep the hands on your leg. We're coming all the way up to the knee, squeeze and hold for a second, back down. Keep that chin tucked in. All the way up, hold, and back down. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to run through one block of that for you. So we're going to go on the split squats, guys. We're going to stay on one leg for the 60 seconds. Croc row, stay on one side for the 60 seconds. Then we've got crunches for 30 seconds. We're going to rest. We're going to do round number 2. That's when we're going to change sides, guys, alright? And again, 4 rounds, so you're going to hit both sides twice. So again, we're just going to get this ready. So we've 60 seconds, split squats, force 1, guys. Let's go. And we're holding in that position, okay? We're not locking out the leg on the return. Again, the dumbbells in nice and tight. We're pushing the lead leg forward, okay? So a real focus on pushing that knee out. We're dropping the opposite knee. If he doesn't drop the knee, guys, the chest is going to come down. Not looking down, we're looking up every single time. We're not locking out that leg. You start locking out that leg, guys, you're going to jerk your hips forward. That's 30 seconds. We're really pushing forward in that lead leg. We're dropping the other one. We're keeping that chest up high. And dumbbell or kettlebell, guys, we're staying in nice and tight. Again, if you have your bag, the bag is down on your back. Just make sure them straps are nice and tight. Really focus, guys. Push that leg forward. Keep that chest up high. Keep looking. We're going to get that pause in the hole there. That's brilliant. Well done. Last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, so onto our croc roll, guys. So we're holding on to something, and we're just slightly bending the knee. We're pushing the hips back, so we've got a nice straight back here. Shoulders are parallel to the ground, and we're pulling towards the hip. We're squeezing that shoulder blade, keeping that elbow in nice and tight, all the way through, guys. So the dumbbell should be just out in front of you, just out in front of your knee, guys. And we're pulling in nice and tight. He's keeping that elbow tucked in here all the way. Fully extending the arm, and as he drops, guys, he's not allowing that to pull him out of position. He's keeping those shoulders nice and straight, nice and parallel to the ground. Again, that's how he's doing that. He has his eyes focused on a point on the ground, and he's keeping that line of vision. 15 seconds. That's good work, well done. Elbow in nice and tight. Again, guys, we're working for the whole 60 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, nice quick transition again, guys. We're going straight into our crunches. Heels in nice and tight. Tuck the chin in, guys. And coming up, we're going to squeeze and hold and back down. Keeping his hands on his legs, guys. Keeping that chin tucked in so the shoulders stay off the mat. And we're coming right up to his knee. We're holding for a second and back down. So loads of time under tension here. Last few seconds on this one. And time. Okay, guys, right, so that's one round. Again, split squats, we're going to stay on one side. Croc row, we're going to stay on one side, and then we've 30 seconds of crunches, okay? You're going to rest now for 45 seconds, and then we're going to go for round number 2, okay? Again, make sure we're changing sides on the split squats and the rows, guys, okay? Alright guys, good work. So now we're going to move on to part C, alright? This is where we get a little bit different, guys, alright? Anyone on lean, we're going to do 30-30, okay? And anyone on build, you have an AMRAP, guys, and we're going to look after that in 2 seconds, alright? So on lean, guys, 30-30, so basically we're going to work for 30 seconds on both exercises. Nice quick transition. You're going to rest for 30 seconds, and we're going to work for 5 rounds on this one, okay? So the first one is a pull squat. So feet just outside the hips, hands out in front of us, guys. He's looking forward, down deep into the squat. Then we're coming up, quarter squat, keeping that chest up nice and high, up and down. Quarter up, guys, and then all the way nice and deep down into the squat. Second exercise, a lateral walk. So we're getting into that tall plank position. So we're just going to go for a couple of walks one side and a couple of walks the other, okay? Hips are in line with the shoulders. Nice little steps over, hand and foot moving in sync. And then back the opposite way, guys, okay? Obviously, depending on your space, you can go as far or as close as you need, alright? So, 30 seconds both exercises. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to bring you through the first round now. Pull squats, you ready to go? 3, 2, 1, let's go. All the way down into the squat, guys. Chest is up high, so we're not looking down, okay? Again, nice straight back here, we're looking forward. The heels are staying on the ground. Brilliant work, well done. Going all the way down into it, guys. That's 20 seconds, okay? So 10 more seconds. We've only got 30 seconds, guys, so we want to get them transitions nice and quick and sharp. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, into the lateral walk, straight in, guys. Into that tall plank position, hips are in line with the shoulders. He's keeping everything nice and tight here, guys, okay? So he's keeping his core nice and tight. Bum isn't far up into the air, he's not dipping. Keeping everything locked into position here. Brilliant work. 10 more seconds on this. And again, guys, you can go as far or as close as you need on this, okay? Depending on your space. Last few seconds on this one. And time, well done. Okay, so that's one round, guys. We've done both exercises, nice quick transition. You're resting now for 30 seconds and we're gonna go for 5 rounds, okay? Okay, guys, so anyone on build, we have an AMRAP, okay? So we're going to work for 8 minutes on this, sorry. And we've got 2 exercises in here, okay? So we've got floor press, single arm floor press if possible, guys. If we only have bands and bags, we'll give you an alternative for that. And then we have a curling press as well, okay? So for this, the floor press, guys, if we're doubling it up, we're getting down into position, we're getting the heels in nice and tight. So if we're using a bag, guys, elbows to the floor, getting the band or the bag over the chest, we're pushing through, squeezing the shoulder blades, locking out the arms, guys, okay? Squeeze the chest muscles, bring it up across the chest, and back down, okay? On the band, so what we can do is sit into the band, so we're lying back onto it, guys. It's going around the back. From there, elbows in, elbows. We're not up at the shoulder, we're not in nice and tight, we're going halfway in between. Knuckles are pointed up, and we're bringing the hands up in towards the centre of the chest. Make sure we're hitting the floor on the way back down, guys. If we're using dumbbells, for that, be nice and handy getting out of that one, guys, alright, because it will snap back on you. So dumbbells, guys, so knuckles pointed up, elbows in that position, so we're not up at the shoulder, we're not in at the side, we're going halfway in between the two. Is wrist and elbow stacked, and we're pushing up and towards the centre of the chest and back down. Bringing the elbow all the way and make sure there's a little bit of space in between the chest and the dumbbell, guys, on the way back down. Second exercise then is a curling press. So again, for a bag, what we're doing is close stance, pin the shoulders back. You're going to bring it up into your chest, and from there you're going to drive the elbows all the way forward, up, and popping the head through at the top, guys. All right, bringing it back down, no rocking. And away we go again. Keep those elbows tucked in, guys, and lock those hands out at the top. If we're using if we're using a band, you're going to stand on the band. From there, you're going to bring it up, squeeze the bicep, and then you're going to drive elbow to ear, locking out overhead, guys, okay? Stay in control of this here, okay? So we're not snapping the band, I'm bringing it up and towards the back. Again, nice and careful getting out of that one. On the dumbbell, guys, so elbow tucked in nice and tight. We're going to bring it up, squeeze the bicep, and then you're going to drive up, overhead, elbow to ear. Again, on the way back down, we're not letting it pull us out of position, okay? Alright guys, so what we're going to do is 12 of both, and we're going to bring you through one round of it now, and you're going to work for 8 minutes, guys, okay? So on the floor press, we're going for 12, guys. So elbow to the floor, we're driving up and towards the centre of the chest. The knuckles are pointed up, guys, and when we get to the bottom part, we have the wrist and elbow in line. We're driving up in towards the middle. Squeezing the chest muscle. 12 on one side, guys. Brilliant work. You're going to do 12 on one side, guys, then you're going to double it up and get the other side done, and then we're going to move on. So close stance, chest is up nice and tall here. Again, he's not looking down, he's looking up. He's keeping that elbow as tight to the body as he can. Up, drive, and then we're pushing up and towards the back, guys, okay? So he's squeezing the bicep, and then he's pushing, fully extending all the way through, making sure the elbow's coming towards the ear. And we're going for 12 again. And we're going to do 12 one side, guys. You're going to do 12 the other. And again, we're going to set that clock for 8 minutes, guys. Brilliant work, well done. Yeah. So, just to recap on that one, guys, so we've got a single arm floor press. If we're using a bag, double it up, guys. 12 on one side, 12 on the other. Then we're going for a curl and press, guys, okay? Again, if we're using a bag, you're going to double it up. If we're using dumbbell or the bands, you're going to do 12 one side and 12 the other. So that's 8 minutes, guys. It's an AMRAP, so take as little rest as possible and get as many rounds in as you can, okay? So just to recap what we're going to do today on Wednesday, we have our warm-up, we've boys and tees and jump squats. We're going to do 10 about, guys. You're going to run that through and get as many rounds in as you can in 3 minutes. Then we're going to move on to blocks A and B. In block A, guys, we've got a single leg hip thrust with a hold, 5-second hold at the top. You're going to stay on one side for 60 seconds. Then we're going to do our kneel and press. 60 seconds on that, guys. You're going to rest. You're going to go for 4 rounds, so you hit both sides twice. When we get into block B, guys, we've got split squats with a pause, a croc roll and crunches, okay? So you're going to go 60 seconds on both sides for the split squats and the rolls, guys. 30 seconds on your crunches, changing it around, and we've got 4 rounds, okay? So again, you're going to hit both sides twice. Anyone on lean, we're on to a dirty 30. 30 seconds on for both exercises, 30 seconds rest, 5 rounds, guys, okay? So pulled squats and lateral walks. Again, on the lateral walks, just use as much space as you have. Anyone on build, guys, we have an 8-minute AMRAP, and what we're going to do is single leg, single arm, floor press, single arm curl and press, guys, alright? Anyone using a bag, you can double it up. If not, we're going 12 one side, 12 the other, and then we move on to the next exercise, alright? Get it done, guys, let us know how you get on.